one of the newest features, and are you all pretty familiar with the OnStar services?
I'm not.
Okay, I can go through kind of a brief, go through what the packages include. But when we talk about OnStar, really OnStar is connected into all parts of the vehicle. So you do get the safety and security features, and then also now we're adding in more entertainment features and making sure that people can feel connected to their vehicle no matter where you go. So the main buttons that you're going to use with OnStar are this is your hands-free calling button. You also have the live advisor, so this is what's going to connect you to that person in the call center who's going to help you find directions to wherever you need to go. And then you also have your emergency button. So this is if you are in a crisis. I want to start ringing again. If you're in a crisis, then you can actually press that button, and they're going to send an ambulance, a fire engine, and a police officer to your location. If you are unresponsive, and this is a great feature, if something happens, you're in an accident, there's the automatic crash response, right? So you're already going to get that live advisor is going to come online and ask you if you're okay. If you're unresponsive, they send it anyways, because we know that you're not always going to be conscious, or maybe you're in pain, you can't speak, we're going to send that service to you.
That's better than 911.
It is, and it's faster too. We actually have studies about how fast it is to go if you were to grab your phone and call 911 versus if OnStar does it and gets dispatch involved, then it's actually a lot faster if we do it.
And it goes places that cell phones don't.
Exactly. So it does use cell tower, but the GPS location and the emergency services are through your satellite. So you're going to get service a lot of places that you wouldn't usually get service. The other thing is, who knows? A lot of people say, well, I have my cell phone, I'll dial 911 myself. Like we talked about, maybe you're unconscious, or B, who knows where your phone is when you get in an accident. We have an OnStar commercial that shows if you have your phone in your lap or in your cup holder, where it goes, and it bounces all over, and that's at like 40 miles an hour. If you get hit at that level, your phone is in the back seat. It's
actually dangerous.
It is. It can be a projectile basically and hit you. So we do offer a lot of, just in our vehicles alone, you can put your phone, once it's Bluetooth connected, put your phone in the center console. We also have a USB port and hidden storage behind the screen. So throw your phone in there, charge it at the same time, and then it's just out of the way and it's safe and secure, right? Also good for hiding when you're going into the grocery store and you want to leave your phone in the car for a second. Hide it behind the screen, because someone's going to steal it, they're going to know it's in here, right? So a couple great things there. Other things, so we talked about the safe and sound is all those emergency features, right? So the second tier up in the packages is going to be your directions and connections. That's where you're going to get the turn-by-turn directions and the live advisor interaction. So if I say, if I call them and I say I need the nearest dealership for Chevrolet, they can say, okay, there's these dealerships, which one do you want? And you can select a location that way. If you have an address and you're, dropping a kid off for a play date, then you can just give them the address. They're going to send it down to your screen. If you have a navigation system installed, it's going to go down to your map and give you the directions that way. If you don't have a nav system, then it will give you turn-by-turn directions. So it'll give you the arrows.
I test drove the Buick Enclave, and it downloaded, and a great thing about that vehicle was the instructions came in the middle.
It does. So it will come through we call this the Driver Information Center, the DIC. So it will come right in front of you as well. So if you are listening to the radio and you want your directions to come up here because you don't have your map here, then it'll automatically give you a notification and let you know what your next turn is. Or you can keep it in the mode where it's just going to, show you your turn and how, 4 miles to this turn. So you can kind of select and customize that way as well. So the newest feature that we have is that 4G connectivity, and that allows you to have a living Wi-Fi hotspot through OnStar in your vehicle. So in the OnStar button here, so this is kind of the same thing as these settings up here. You hit for
Wi-Fi
the Wi-Fi settings.
Please see the owner's manual for information about your Wi-Fi hotspot settings.
So just like the router in your house, you're going to get a Wi-Fi hotspot name, and then it does have a passcode. So you can connect up to 7 devices to your Wi-Fi hotspot in the vehicle, but you can only access it if you have that password. So you don't have to worry about the person in the car next to you stealing your your devices, you know, and getting in there. So once you have that information, then it's just a matter of connecting a tablet. So you could have, each kid could have a tablet or a phone. And we can see that we're connected right now, so the little Wi-Fi symbol's on. And then it's fast enough to stream Netflix. So I can pull Netflix up. Actually, I can probably read. Oh, of course it started going as soon as I did it. And then let's say we want to watch Hercules.
Since we're at Disney World.
Exactly, why not?
Right.
So then you could actually...
There goes another one.
Uh-oh, we went to a depressing part. Let's go happier.
This is not one of my favorite Disney movies, but I don't get to see it very often.
Yeah, so it's a great... I mean, it's still happy. It's Pegasus.
It still has a good ending, right?
It does. It has a good ending. So, I mean, this is something where you really could have each person in the vehicle be doing something different. So if you have your teenager who only wants to be on Facebook the whole time, then they can be on their phone. You can connect their phone to the Wi-Fi hotspot. They can be on Facebook and not be using up your data on your phone. They can be using the data in the vehicle instead. If you are someone who travels a lot for work, then how nice is it that you could bust out your laptop and sit and you guys are always tweeting and Instagramming and all that, right? So wouldn't it be nice to be able to do that just sit here in the front seat with your laptop, connect to your Wi-Fi and just type away, send your email, send your Instagram, send your tweets, whatever you want, all from the vehicle.
That's amazing.
So a lot of really good uses for it. I mean, the main one is to keep everybody occupied, but we also do have games that come. You can download them onto the tablet, and it's made just to work with the hotspot. So you could play games and have everybody in the vehicle connected, playing the same game in the backseat of the car. So this is the Disney Nemo game that we have.
Oh, how much fun is that?
Of course, now it's not network because I just
Turned it off.
And how much extra will it cost to have the 4G?
The pricing and the packaging hasn't been announced just yet on how it's going to be connected to directions and connections or safe and sound or any of that. But what we do know is it's through AT&T is the provider. So if you have an AT&T phone already, you already use them as your carrier, you'll be able to add the vehicle on as another device. So I don't know what the additional cost would be on that because that would be kind of up to AT&T. But that's something that we do know is going to be available.
And what's the time frame on 4G rolling out?
They will be in the summer. So starting for Chevrolet, the Tahoes and Suburbans, we'll get 4G connectivity first, the Corvette Stingray, and then going forward, the Impala, so model year 15 vehicles starting this summer.
Wow.
So here's where internet radio really becomes...
Pandora and Spotify and all of those different things. You really, you don't have to use your phone then for connectivity anymore because it'll just be living in here. So that's the kind of the cool part about it is that you'll just be traveling around and I can think of countless uses. If you're at a barbecue, it'll work up to 30 feet outside the vehicle. So you can leave your car in accessory mode like it is right now and power your speakers and use Spotify or Pandora to play music, and it's internet radio, so you just go through and you just select whatever you want and have at it.
Great for tailgating.
Yeah, and great for
Go Vols.
for work. If you're a caterer and you need to be in contact with other people via email, trying to get supplies in and everything, you could really, or food truck. Park your vehicle next to your food truck. So there's really multiple uses for it. We're going to have it in our trucks going forward. So if you have someone in the family who's in construction and they're building a new house and they don't have internet out there, they'll have it in their truck.
It's a mobile office.
It is. It makes it a mobile office. It makes it a mobile home because you can...
A mobile DJ vehicle.
Exactly. It's like... Well, mobile babysitter. Here's your tablet, watch Netflix.
Exactly.
Mommy needs downtime. So, there's a lot of different uses for it.
We could live in this. Does it have a refrigerator? Does it do laundry?
Unfortunately, no.
Wait, it has a plug though, so you could plug in
Yes,
something.
and it is an AC plug, so it's
Okay.
like your regular plug that you have in your house. It's not a cigarette lighter plug or any of that.
So your cooler could pack in it too. There.
I actually have a little tiny refrigerator. Since I travel so much, it's like it's probably only this big, and it's just enough for a couple drinks and maybe some cut apples or something like that. But it plugs into my AC adapter, and then I just leave it there. So it takes up the center, and the dogs don't need that space anyway. So.
That's good.
Another great feature that we were kind of talking about is that remote link. And that is, this is actually connected to my vehicle that's in Chicago right now. But I will kind of show you what it looks like. We'll see if it lets me connect. So right now, I have a LaCrosse, and it is back in Chicago, parked at the airport. So really, if I wanted to, if someone called and said, I left my iPad in your car, I really need it, where is it? It's at the airport. Okay, well, what level are you parked on? I need to go and get a ride, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pick it up. I can actually go to the remote screen here, and I can lock my car. I can unlock it for them. I can remote start it, or I can set off the horn and lights. So maybe, okay, I'm on level 2. Where are you parked? I'm turning on the horn and lights right now.
That's great.
And then they can say, okay, I'm there, and I can turn the horn and lights off, unlock the vehicle for them. They grab their stuff, and then I can lock it again. So I can do this all from my phone.
That is amazing.
Or you can just scare people.
Oh, I could. Yeah, sometimes I don't tell dealerships that because they will connect their vehicle and then just turn on the horn and lights on a vehicle once in a while and just scare everybody. But I can see exactly what's going on with my vehicle. So I know that I have 30% of my fuel left, so I probably need to go get fuel when I get home. I have 6 gallons, which is about 123 miles. So it tells me exactly how many miles I have left. Open this back up again. And then my oil life is at 57%. So I know that I'm probably about ready. When I get down to 20%, I'll get my oil changed and my tires rotated at the same time. My trip meter is also at the bottom. So I've got trip A, trip B, and then also my lifetime of miles. So I know exactly what my odometer is. Another great use for this is if you have a teenager and they're not supposed to be driving your car. Then if you're here and they're there and they're driving your vehicle, you can watch your fuel go down and the mileage go up, and you can call and say, I know you're driving my car. Get home right now.
Right.
That's enough. You can even find out where they are and really scare them, because there is the Nav Screen. So this is, right now, it's looking at where we are, so I can send directions to the touch screen in my vehicle to be waiting for me by the time I get back. So I can just type in, Lifetime Fitness is my gym. So I can type that in, send it, it'll be in my vehicle waiting for me. I just hit go. I also can find out where my vehicle is by pressing the little arrow down there on the bottom, because I know that it's at the airport. It's probably not going to do it right now. And then, of course, all my advisor settings, so I can call roadside assistance, my preferred dealer, since I have a General Motors, field vehicle. It's not going to give me a dealership, but it's this kind of a pretend dealership down there. And then I can also look at the status. So I can look at the last time that I remote started the vehicle or did any of those remote features. And then I also can pair more than one vehicle to remote link. So if you have more than one GM vehicle that has the OnStar system in it, then you actually can connect your device to multiple vehicles. So you could have mom's LaCrosse, dad's Suburban, whoever, kid one's Sonic or Spark, if they're really, really lucky.